And when the court of appeal decide to listen to the deal,
oh, that's good. Oh, that's smart. Oh, that's good. Oh, that's good. You got to not insult them, Carol. If you want to open to closed minds, you got to be nice to them. Ah, that's so hard. That's so hard. I just want to scream and yell. How could you do this? But no, this is good. This is really good. This is good. Here, wait, let me, there we go. How to persuade others to act. Oh, that's good on the left. That's what we need. Get out of your little bubble. The Doctor Strange movie is very good, yes, but it's not enough to appreciate the Doctor Strange movie. Let's see, what else they say? Oh. Everyone's hungry for constructive ideas, Carol. Oh, that's good. That's a good, constructive ideas, not just criticism, construction. No, that's good. Carol, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do all this stuff. This is a very good book. It's from like 1942, 3 or something. I don't know, but I can't do it. How do you people do it? You people with patience. You people with love in your hearts for your enemies. How do you do it? I don't know, but we got to do it. We got to do it. You got to reach people where they are. And look. To a point. I'm going to contradict myself in the first 2 minutes, Carol. I didn't even give myself a chance. I'm not even listening to my own damn self. How am I going to listen to anybody else? How am I going to change anyone else's mind? I can't even change my own damn mind. No! We don't have to listen to them. Not these guys. Look, there's a lot of Trump supporters that were not racists. But they tolerated the racism. As everyone on Twitter's been telling me, it wasn't a deal breaker for them. It wasn't a deal breaker, and that's kind of on them, you know, that the racism wasn't a deal breaker. But, I mean, come on. I met this kid from Florida up here, Carol, and he voted third party in Florida. Not in California, not in New York. He was like, yeah, I just, you know, he was like some 22-year-old or something, you know. And I'm like, you know what's gone, right? Abortion, going to be gone, right? Long term, if we don't reverse this crap, right? They're going to raise the age on Social Security. Carol, you remember 2 weeks ago?
Yes.
Maybe it was, what did I say? I said in your lifetimes, monkeys, in the next 10 years, they're going to start raising the age on Social Security instead of, what was that? Lifting the cap on income that's taxed on Social Security. So monkeys making over 120 grand a year, actually, if they, you know, just lift it to 250, actually have to pay tax on that extra $120,000 a year. That's it. Social Security's solvent. But instead, they're going to, Paul Ryan wants to fix it. Not that it's really broken, but it's kind of broken. Paul Ryan says, no, the poorest of the poor should suffer, because that's Paul Ryan's philosophy. So instead of raising the cap on income, in other words, there's a limit on the income that gets taxed on Social Security. So billionaires only pay Social Security tax on the first 112 to 120, I think they're raising it this year, $120,000. That's it. All the rest of their income doesn't get Social Security taxed, but they get full Social Security. All we got to do is raise that from 120,000 to 250,000. It impacts a tiny number of people who are upper middle class. And it won't hurt the poor people at all. And they won't, it won't hurt them at all, Carol, too. Well, they would argue, how dare you? That's a lot of, no, we're just taxing Social Security income. Anyway, long story short, Paul Ryan wants to, look, the dog's fine. The dog's not barking at me today. Oh, what a cutie. Carol has the cutest fruit bat dog. It's got fruit bat face and dog body. All right, so, and it's in a sweater. Oh, we got to show this to show the fruit bat dog. Oh, come here. Oh, there you go. You got to see this. This is a fruit bat dog. Where is that? Oh, fruit bat dog is like, okay, I'm used to you now. So anyway, what was I saying?
Taxing up to 250.
Oh, yeah. So that's just one example. Of that. Well, what was I talking about before that? The rich, Donald Trump, talking to people. What? Oh, yes, yes, yes. Voting for Donald Trump was a mistake for America, period. I can't, that's just how I feel. But some of these guys, and Trump is surrounding himself with them, he was retweeting them. Some of these guys are diehard white supremacists. Steve Bannon's one of them. They talk about Euro-ethnic culture or some crap like that, right? Caucasians are the light of civilization, they say. Just a load of crap. What a load of horse crap. But they're in positions of power now, and they're feeling their oats. Although a lot of them, Carol, are still down on the bottom rung, and they're just like, oh, yeah, and they're cowards, right? Drawing swastikas, chanting build the wall when there's, where no one can like really see them, right? Drawing graffiti, going up to a Muslim woman in an hijab, is that what they're called? And saying, take it off or I'll light you on fire. I know conservatives like to say that a lot of these stories are not true, but if even half of them, if even a quarter of them are true, we've got a huge wave of racist stuff going on in America now, and this is job one right now, right, Carol?
I have two friends that had personal incidents.
Carol, two friends?
Yeah, one had their car spray painted with Trump on it.
Wow.
And their neighbor had Trump and the N-word and some other really horrible things.
Spray painted on their car, like, wow. In where?
Colorado.
Colorado? These are two people you know directly.
Yes.
Not just friends of friends of friends on Facebook.
An actual person.
Because I'm telling you, that's unreliable. We've all learned that now.
Nope, it is
Okay.
I know, and another person in Atlanta got basically.
Did they have like liberal bumper stickers or something?
They had a Hillary
Yeah.
bumper sticker.
Yeah. We've still got the Hillary sign in front of our apartment. Yeah. Bring it, racists. Bring it. To me, not to people, Well, I'm Jewish, so, and I'm gay. So, even though much of Hitler's circle was inner circle was gay, Because, the anti-gay people love to mention that, but I'll mention it. We're everywhere, man. I'm not proud of that. So yeah, I'm on their list too. I don't care. We got to smack them down. You see anti-Muslim bias, smack it down. You see somebody harassing Hispanics, Latinos, I forget, I should know this by now, but there's a difference between Hispanic, Latino. Well, I don't mean to demean it. I'm just saying I don't know anything about it, and I need to educate myself. But you see somebody dissing those people, stop it. You got to smack them back to the little cowardly holes they came from. They're feeling their oats, but we stand up, they run away. That's how racists work. Seriously. Can you imagine what it must be like to be someone who's wearing the outward signifiers of being a Muslim right now? Oh my goodness, how courageous is that? And then somebody comes up and says, take it off or I'll light you on fire. Coward. That's happening over and over and over again. That's job one. Smack the racists back down into their little dark holes. Shove them back under the rock and smash the rock down on their heads. That's what we have to do, metaphorically. I'm a nonviolent guy, Carol. You can tell by how relaxed I am right now. Yes. But if you don't stand up against racists in public in America, you're part of the problem. And if you don't stand up to help the people being attacked by racists in America, you're part of the problem. So get some, what's the word, Carol? Ovaries? Get some ovaries. Check your ovaries. Let me check my ovaries here. Oh, I got one. Wait, there's the other one. I got both ovaries ready. Bring it, racists. We're going to smack you back down into the holes. It's tough, though, because you can't tell them. They're sneaky. Anybody who uses the words alt-right, Carol, is a freaking idiot. It's not alt-right. They rebranded themselves. They're white nationalists. They're Nazis. They're Nazis. You can go back and you can see the posts where they're talking online, the guy that invented the term alt-right. They're talking about rebranding themselves to make themselves more palatable to the mainstream. They talk about it openly. So you use the term alt-right, journalists. You use the term alt-right instead of white nationalists. And they're clearly white nationalists. Nazis. You use the term alt-right in your articles in the News and Observer, journalists. You're helping the racists. You are. You're helping the racists. They don't believe me, Carol. Oh, no, that's the term that they, oh, no. No. They're racists trying to rebrand themselves, so they came up with this term, alt-right. That's it. They'll tell you. They'll do it. They said it. Don't use that term alt-right. Just say racists or white nationalists. Right? All right. They think they're on the upward trend of history, Carol. Like Hillary didn't win most of the votes. Right? All right, let's go back one, Carol. Go back to the one where we talk about ranking the reasons. That's the reasons. But let's talk about this. This is important. No, what? What? Why? What? We're supposed to just move on without looking at what went wrong? Good Lord, that's stupid. But you have to avoid the circular firing squad, right, Carol? We have to avoid that, that thing where we're all, looking at the people who are politically closest to us and going, I hate you, you're the worst. No. Darn it. I can't move my fingers up and down in his mouth and then shake my head sideways. No. I'm working on it, Carol. We got to stop doing that, but we have to hold each other's feet to the fire. And here's the thing. Let's look at all the reasons. Here's just a small handful. Put up the next one, Carol. Do you mind? I think it's number 7. Yeah. The first one is racism. Clearly, Trump called the racists out of the woodwork. And we know this is linked to the bad polling. Here it is, bad polling, right there. We know, those of us, I was telling journalists all during the campaign, Carol, you can look at my Twitter feed back in September, October, August. Racists under poll. Now, I'm not saying all the Trump people were racist. I'm just saying that of the people who are Trump supporters who were deeply racist, they under poll. There's also the women who were kind of embarrassed to say they were voting for Trump to pollsters, right? Yeah. So, we see that the result of women, 66% of white women especially, voted for Trump. They may not have been willing to tell pollsters that. Okay, so we get that. But the racism is a key part of Trump's, what's the word, coalition? It is. He pulled them out of the woodwork, and we know they under poll. I was warning people about this before the election. I didn't think Trump had a chance, but I knew that when people were saying Hillary was going to win North Carolina by 7 points, I went, that's nuts. Racists under poll. Always. Third parties. The margin of error in Florida, Carol, was less than the number of votes that the third party candidates got. That's bad. That's not a good reason. I'm telling you, that's not a good reason. Because you can't assume that all those people would have voted for one of the two candidates. Given how many people stayed home, Carol, right? 41% of the American electorate stayed home. Something like that. I forget the exact number. My brain's a mess. It was a busy day. A solid chunk of America stayed home. Given how many people stayed home, to assume that all of those third-party votes would have gone to Hillary or the Jill Stein votes would have gone to Hillary or would have gone to Trump, that's ridiculous. You can't assume that. It's unscientific. You can't blame the third parties. You can't. We need more parties in America. Let them do their due. It's the candidate's fault if they can't win with a margin beyond what the meager third parties in this country get. The FBI, I don't know. Hillary's people love to talk about this as the reason. Oh, our polls were going up and up and up, Podesta said. Until that, we had momentum. Your polls were screwed. Your polls didn't show jack that was real. You were missing a lot. Yes, yes, the puppy agrees. Oh, sorry. Oh, I don't want to get you upset. That's a good sign. That's the universe telling me to calm down. All right, well, the point is, yes, hi, what are you doing? So the point is Podesta is blaming the James Comey letter. And that probably didn't help, but that can't have been the deciding factor. Come on, the emails again? That's what was going to change people's minds, Carol? The damn emails again?
Hello, Russia's calling.
I don't think so. The next one, oh, this is a good one. It is unbelievable that this isn't getting more attention. Seriously, it's unbelievable. Now, here's the thing, Carol. I can get upset at this, or I can remember that the United States has meddled in other countries' elections for centuries. You know? So it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to, hi puppy. It's kind of hard to have the moral high ground here, right? Russia clearly affected this election. And there have been hacking. There was a new report yesterday, I think, or 2 days ago, NBC News, not U.S. Uncut or Upworthy, or, you know, NBC News, mildly reliable, says that the Russians started hacking conservative think tanks and people who might be affiliated with the Trump administration in the future on November 9th, Carol, the day after, the morning after, when people were more likely, they send you these emails that look legit, you click on them, and you download the malware onto your system that lets them see whatever you're doing. They did it the day after the election, knowing people would be excited and in a more vulnerable state, and so all these think tanks got all these Russian hacking attempts, phishing attempts, so that they could download their malware and their spyware on more computers. Day after the election. Why is that not getting more attention? Amazing. We talked about e-voting machines, Carol. I'm sorry. And we talked about how the Democrats, how dare Donald Trump say the elections are rigged? How dare he? When we have most states have no control over the software used on their voting machines. They don't even know what it is. It's proprietary. North Carolina, I've been informed reliably, has a better law than most states on this. How long that's going to last, we'll see. In key counties, there's some weird, suggestive data about Hillary Clinton's performance on paper ballot machines being better than her performance on electronic voting machines. I've tweeted a link that was suggestive. All I'm saying is this is worth investigating. Our reliance on electronic voting machines with no paper record is a problem for democracy going forward. We need to move backward to open source ballots, open source software, on the voting machines that always produce a paper ballot inside. So that can always be checked later. That's just baseline. The fact that we don't do that in so many states and counties across the country is just ridiculous. All right, this is the one that Podesta and Hillary and all Carol, you're going to hate me for this one. I was a Bernie supporter, but I immediately switched over to Hillary once the nomination was sewn up, because the alternative is what we're living now, and it's horrible. But the inability of diehard Hillary supporters to handle legitimate criticism from Bernie and Bernie's supporters during the primary hurt them down the line. Also, their arrogance. And again, if you go to my Twitter feed, Carol, can we put up the Twitter one? I think it's number 9. I think it's number 9. Let me check. No, number 8. If you go to my Twitter feed, you don't have to follow me, I don't care, but I've got a couple of links that detail some of the strategic mistakes that Hillary made in states like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Carol, they had campaign volunteers in Wisconsin begging for paid staffers to come down and be paid volunteers, for Hillary to use some of that huge amount of money she had to come down and help them on the ground with paid volunteers. It makes a huge difference, apparently, whether you just rely on volunteers or whether you actually have an army of paid staffers. And the Hillary campaign ignored them in Wisconsin. The Hillary campaign thought they could coast in Pennsylvania. Donald Trump outperformed them in the rural districts hugely, by huge margins. He outperformed, Romney, in rural areas. Hillary didn't even send people there. No one. Hillary barely campaigned in the last month in Wisconsin, right? Or Michigan, right? There was an arrogance to the Hillary campaign and a lack of competence, I believe the word is incompetence, in the way they handled things. They won't admit it. They made big mistakes. They also raised a ton of money for the Hillary Fund, right? And was supposed to share that with state organizations. And there's little evidence that much of that money, if any of that money, really got down to the state level. There's legitimate stuff to criticize about how Hillary ran her campaign. And the people she surrounded herself with made serious strategic mistakes. Well, we know that because they lost. But no, they really did. They made serious, arrogant, incompetent mistakes in key battleground states. You can't deny that. And the deeper issue, Carol, is what did Tim Kaine bring to the campaign again? I mean, I told people I would eat my tweets if Hillary chose anybody other than a white man when Elizabeth Warren was being floated, right? I was like, yeah, right. But you know what? Bernie as a VP, Elizabeth Warren as a VP, that third-party vote would have disappeared for Jill Stein, right? Would have disappeared. But she wouldn't do it. Why? And here's the deeper issue. Centrist, right-wing Democrats, Wall Street protecting, middle class ignoring, working class ignoring Democrats like Obama, like Hillary, are killing the Democratic Party. Look at the losses the Democratic Party has had at the state level across the country under Obama. The main issue, Carol, are you ready? This is the main issue. We had a huge economic crisis, and Obama and the mainstream Democrats completely botched it. Nobody was prosecuted. Those banks knew they were selling bad bundled, collateralized debt obligations. They knew they were selling crap. They were giving people mortgages they knew couldn't afford them. They knew the rates were going to go way higher than these people could afford. They were giving them the mortgages and then selling those mortgages again and again and again to the point where they didn't even know how much they were on the hook for when the bubble burst. And what did Obama do? He let them fix it, didn't prosecute a single one of them, didn't do anything to bail out the people who'd been screwed at the bottom. Just a colossal, can I say the F word? Oh, right, I forgot. I've been watching too much cable TV. Such a colossal up with how the Democrats handled the crap that Bush and Cheney left them. Colossal screw up. Lost the working class. I think that's the key. Hillary, oh, that's a good one. Yeah. Hold that one up. That's a good one. Here. Oh, we're on this camera. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see that?
I don't think you can see it.
What's it say?
It says, keep calm.
Keep calm.
Check Snopes.
Check Snopes.
Check the date.
Check the date.
And keep clicking.
Keep clicking.
Until you find the original article.
Before you share that crap.
There.
This is the fake news part, right?
Yeah.
Man, did you read that Washington Post article about the fake interview with the fake news guy? Oh. He said the Trump people just picked up anything. He said, I just made these stories up. Wow. Finally, Facebook's going to do something about it, right? These fake news stories. They make a lot of clicks. They make a lot of people money. They make Facebook a lot of money. People love them. So the fake news was definitely part of it. But I don't know. The key, the deeper issue was the completely botched way Obama, Hillary, Chuck Schumer, and all the Democrats at the center top, the centrist Democrats at the top, botched the 2008 debacle, the bubble bursting and poor people being hurt. Nothing to help the poor, nothing to help the working class, everything to help the rich protect themselves after they screwed us over. I don't know how many of those things are open anymore. Grizzlebees is still open. That's from a year ago, monkeys. So, take that. Grizzlebees will endorse Grizzlebees. Grizzlebees. Nobody even remembers C-Lab 2021. That was such a great show. Okay, how much time I got?
Not much, like a minute and a half.
Okay, we can do this. Number 9.
Okay.
Number 9. 10 years ago, more people would have gotten that. Number 9. Come on, somebody gets that, right? Somebody out there knows. Number 9. Number 9. Please call us next time we're on and tell me you got number 9, number 9, number 9. Okay. That was the weakest side of that double album, by the way. So what do we got? Oh, yeah. The Doctor Strange movie is psychedelic and good. It uses that Inception folded reality thing, but really uses it. It's good. It really honors the Steve Ditko 60s comics. They're great, those comics. And it really honors them. Not enough, from my view. Donald Glover's Atlanta, I binged that last week. It's really interesting, fascinating, smart. It takes chances. Isn't it weird?
Is it a movie or a...
Atlanta's a TV series on FX. It's on Amazon Prime. Okay. You have to buy it. I actually bought a TV show, Carol. See, that's what you can do when you don't have Time Warner Cable. I bought a series and supported Donald Glover. It's really good, but it's very strange. Arrival is the new sci-fi movie by this guy. It's based on a story by Ted Chiang, The Story of Your Life. This is a great collection of smart sci-fi stories. And Arrival with Amy Adams and Hawkeye. What's Hawkeye's name? Jeremy Renner. No, Jeremy Renner. It's really good, Arrival. And then, have you seen The Fall yet, Carol?
5 seconds left.
Gillian Anderson in The Fall. Great police show.
2.
See you next time.